Is Halloween Horror Nights back from the dead?
On this channel, we talk about Halloween, Harry Potter, and theme parks. If that's something you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Oh, boom, whatever. Hey guys, and welcome back. As you can tell, not our typical setting. It is absolutely gorgeous today, so we figured we would take a walk. And we also need a little bit of practice for next week at the parks. We don't do much vlog style videos, and we've got some new equipment that we need to test out. So here we are. So Anna and I woke up today to quite a few new tweets. It's not necessarily, I wouldn't say a new rumor, but it's something that's gaining traction. So initially, we had heard, I mean, it's like right after cancellation, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
You started hearing people talk about maybe potential houses, like some of the houses that were built for HHN 30 this year, being open to daytime guests. You know, there was other little speculations, because it seems like they've continued to test. Like, you keep getting videos of, you know, the Marathon of Mayhem and things like that running. There's just all kinds of things. But I believe what has really given this new life today is supposedly there have been some emails sent out to team members talking about a new opportunity related to HHN. With that being said, that is such an open-ended, you know, idea. Like, I don't know, I haven't personally seen the email, and I haven't seen it anywhere on Twitter or Facebook or anything.
Right.
So, like most things, when you have just sort of an open-ended rumor like that, there are a lot of ideas floating around, some of which sound really neat, and some of which I'm not sure if I'm a fan of. So we just figured in today's video, we would discuss some of those, ideas and how we feel about them.
One of the things that's been talked about is the idea that they might open up some of the houses to daytime guests.
That one's been floating around for a while. But there's different rumors within that rumor. Some people are speculating that it would be like one house, sort of like they did back in 2018 with the Stranger Things house. And then other people are talking about maybe up to 5 houses. And then the one that I think is most likely, I don't know about you, is some people are speculating that the houses that they potentially could open up would be the houses that have already been spoiled with the tribute store.
Oh, that would make a lot of sense.
It makes the most sense to me. I'm just not sure how I feel about spoiling some of the houses for next year. So what if potentially they want to reuse those houses? Would you really want to go into them at that point? I just don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about that either. I guess it kind of depends how they handled it.
Yeah.
Like, if they opened up 5 houses for us to see during the day, like, yeah, that'd be awesome. But if they reused them next year, then that would be like 5 houses that you've already experienced.
Yeah, it'd almost spoil it for next year. I'm just not sure how they would handle it. I'm not sure how the IP agreements and all that, everything, there's logistics issues that I have problems with.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I really, really want to have some type of HHN this year, but I don't want it to be at the expense of next year's event.
Yeah. So people are also speculating that there is potential for having some sort of Halloween type event after hours.
Oh, well, I hadn't really heard that one. Are they thinking to have like a separately ticketed event, or like if you have a daytime ticket, then you get to go to it? That's
where it gets weird. I mean, like we said, all this is speculation, but if you have an after hours event, obviously it has to be a separated ticket event.
Right.
Without that, how would they pay for it? I understand that they've already had this budget allotted and that most of these mazes are built, but they will also have to have additional staffing to pay for it. which I think is a great thing. There are plenty of team members and people who are still furloughed, and I want nothing more than for them to have jobs and get to return back to normalcy, because they are the people that are suffering. And while we worry about the theme parks, it's the employees that make the theme parks.
Absolutely.
So you've got to worry about them first. But getting back to a separately ticketed nighttime event, I'm just not sure logistically, once again, how that would work.
Yeah.
They've already canceled the event. They've made announcements. And before I go further, nobody, I don't think, is saying that this is Halloween Horror Nights.
Right.
It is a form of a Halloween event that resembles Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, I agree.
So with that cancellation, many people changed their itinerary. Like, people have planned other things for this, for that time frame. I know that we were basing our entire fall break, your fall break from school, around Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
So I think if they were going to try to have the event in any capacity, making that initial cancellation would have just been so detrimental that I just don't necessarily see this as being true.
I agree.
However, I guess I could see the potential for it to be more for residents of Florida.
Yeah.
Which is perfectly fine. Like, a lot of communities are struggling because of all these haunts being canceled, and Halloween Horror Night is a giant, attractor and a giant moneymaker for Universal. So I could see it potentially, if they were going to have an after hours event, that it was pretty much focused on annual pass holders and locals. So I guess now we'll sort of just discuss what we think some of the benefits to this speculated event are, and what some of the downsides to it are. So, number one benefit, we get some sort of HHN event. We all want it. I just think that we all realize that it might not be the best time for it. I think the most important benefit, though, would be that some of these team members would now have jobs. Even if it's just seasonal, it would help them out tremendously. And through all this, I think sometimes the team members get lost, because I think we're all a little bit selfish at times and we just want our lives to have the normal things. But there's people out there suffering a lot more than all of us from just not having a Halloween event. And so I think that would be one of the brightest points of this, is that there would be some more jobs created for team members. And another positive is I think we all are just wanting some form of normalcy. This year was supposed to be the Halloween. We've said that before, October 31st, full moon. It was an anniversary season for Halloween Horror Nights. I just think this year was lined up to be one of the greatest. And I think we're all just sort of suffering from that. So some form of normalcy would be incredible. Also, it would generate some income for Universal.
Right.
As we do understand that the parks may be struggling a little bit financially at this point. So now to some of the drawbacks. We just witnessed Universal hitting capacity for 2 or 3 days in a row during Labor Day weekend. I'm not sure, I haven't checked the status of them today. Today is Labor Day. Maybe they hit capacity again today. But from the videos, it just doesn't look safe. Like, especially certain areas like in Islands of Adventure.
Yeah.
There's just areas where it just doesn't look possible to socially distance.
Yeah.
One of the ones that I think everybody's worried about is potential for spoilers for next year.
Yeah.
So, are they going to reuse these houses? Are you going into the exact same maze as they are planning on using next year? There's just so many questions that I would have to know before I am comfortable saying like the event is a go or whatever. I want everything that's been speculated as far as houses go this year, I want to see.
Oh, me too.
But I don't want to see them in October and then have to see them again next October, necessarily.
Right.
And last but not least, I just feel like there's potential for individuals to feel it necessary to travel when they're not comfortable or when they shouldn't.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of Halloween Horror Nights fans are so loyal that if they open up houses, they'll probably feel like they have to come.
I mean, I would almost feel obligated in a way because of the team members, because of our love for Halloween, because you want to support anything that they do.
Right.
But as we have seen this weekend, events, special events or holiday weekends or whatever, they attract big crowds and they make the parks look like they're potentially not safe.
I agree.
All that's just our take on it. I'm not really sure what to think. It excites me and it terrifies me at the same time. I just don't know what kind of event it would be. I'm not really afraid of it being considered Halloween Horror Nights 30. I don't think they would do that, but I'm afraid of the crowds that it might attract. So I guess with that, we are going to conclude today's video. Let us know in the comment section what you think about all this. Whether you think it's a good idea, whether you think it's a bad idea, and which one of the rumors or speculations you like the most.
Alright, all you goblins and witches, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell notification so you get an alert every time we post a new video.
Thanks for watching.